This is this is the letter that I read out, which I can read out if you like. But what was very interesting, I discovered this morning something I wrote last year about the white sheet, and I thought I'll read it into the camera because it's actually quite interesting. What is a white sheet? Are you filming?
Yes.
What is a white sheet? It is the voice of the people. Orchestra players traditionally have little or no voice. In a traditional orchestra, players are not permitted to speak to the conductor during a rehearsal. That seems both unfair for the players and deprivation to the conductor. I introduced the idea of the white sheet to give players the freedom to voice their opinions, reactions, observations, questions, suggestions, and requests. The white sheet must be signed, which might suggest that honesty is not appreciated. Not true. In a possibility organization, the participants all trust that everyone has the best interests of the organization and all its participants at heart. Therefore, if something is not going the way you want, you can be reasonably sure that we want to hear about it. We also want to hear if you're having a good time and appreciate what is being done, because then we are encouraged to go on doing what we've been doing. In normal times, it is difficult to know what people are feeling or thinking, because it is often hard to read their body language. In times of COVID, it is virtually impossible. Organizations and leaders, just like performers, tend to do their best if they are appreciated. Pleasure, joy, and applause generate more of the same. But a good leader is also interested in being coached in ways that will improve her or his effectiveness. The white sheet is, oh well, that doesn't make any sense. The white sheet is also interested in being coached. So the leader is interested in being coached in ways that will improve her or his effectiveness. Just as when you're teaching, couch your critical comments in such terms that the object of your criticism is encouraged rather than demoralized. Courteousness is a value in the realm of possibility. However, do not worry that anything you say will ever be used against you. I welcome the white sheet as a good way to increase communication. Communication is good, especially at such a time. I love to hear from you. Do not worry that I'm too busy. Do not worry that you don't have anything quote important to say. It is important to me, just because you said it. If I don't have time, I just may not answer. So that's a description of that, the intention.
When you read that, I'm thinking through how that can be translated to a corporate environment.
Lots of people do that.
Yeah. So similar to this, but of course it's not on the stands. It's
right.
way.
I put it on the stand at every rehearsal, with every orchestra, even with professional orchestras. Mostly they ignore it, but not all the time. When I was in Israel and conducted the Israel Philharmonic, they wrote on every they loved it. They were so pleased to be able to speak their mind, because it's very demeaning to be in an orchestra and not have a voice.
Have other conductors?
Only my students.
So they have.
Yes,
they've also done it.
I haven't heard of anybody.
Because it seems like just a natural thing to.
You have
adopt.
to practice rule number 6 in order to do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
you are then open to.
Yes.
I've never been open to abuse, but sometimes people are quite tough
Yes.
with their voice, but never unfriendly, because you're giving them a privilege rather than being offended.
So I think that you are open, so that makes them feel safe to write. Not every environment's like that. So that's why other people could offer it, but no one will write real thoughts, because if they don't feel safe, they're not going to write. If they think their job's in danger, or if they think they'll somehow come back to them.
For me, it's the opposite. I have I wait for
You
it.
want it.
I
They know
want
you
it,
want
yeah.
it, and they know that you welcome. You want to grow from the feedback.
Also, they're playing. So since they're playing, they're the best judges of how well it's going. The conductor, we don't have a direct hands-on. We're dependent on them
Yeah.
for realizing what it is that we're playing. And I have certain players in the orchestra that whose opinion is golden. If Peggy Pearson, the first oboe, is happy, it makes my week.
I think what you've established is a lot of psychological safety, which is something where people can have equal share of voice, and you enable that through
I
the
think
white
of
sheets.
it as equal.
Yeah.
I think of it not as hierarchical,
Right,
but
right,
as
right.
roles. We
Yeah.
have roles. The violins have roles, the oboe has a role, the trumpet has a role, the conductor has a role, the manager has a role, the person who puts the stands out, the person who manages the air conditioning. Very important.
That's very important because I know the towel. You were using the
We're
towel.
all equal.
That's important to you, yes, because
We're
you
all
can get
equal.
really heated up here on stage.
The problem with many leaders, maybe most leaders, is that they forget how important
Goes
the
back
other
to the
people.
rule number 6.
It all goes back to rule. And that's the only rule really you need. Don't take yourself so wrong.
So I think once a leader has gone through a lot of tough times, I think it helps them come down to be, actually they might increase their confidence after they go through something tough and then come out the other side.
Yeah, bad experiences are not necessarily bad.
Right. Yeah.
We never know what are good things and what are bad things. Another thing my
Okay.
father always used to say was very wise, too early to judge. And Dad, is it so much too early to judge? So when he was 94, I said, Dad, you're 94. Is it still too early to judge? So
Oh, that's great.
I think we should be more patient than we are. That's another thing that some music teaches us. I just did Bruckner's Ninth Symphony with the Boston Philharmonic. You can't play a piece like that and not come out wiser about the patience.
It takes a lot of work. Yeah, I'm learning that because I always choose pieces too difficult. I choose pieces that are quite
Or
difficult.
want to
for
get
me.
the results too quickly, or make
And I know
or
it takes
have
time.
an opinion instantaneously before the thing is fully taken in. What happened? Wait and see how it goes on.
And then enjoying that process.